Good. Again, thanks to the crowd. I think we're starting to slowly build a crowd. I think, again, I say it ad nauseum, it's a build for everybody, the whole community of Iowa City and the state of Iowa and University of Iowa. Obviously, we got to do this together because it's going to take time and it's not always going to be perfect, like we've said. But if you can keep coming out, we're going to work on some cheers. And the problem is every time I get them fired up, we get scored on. It's ridiculous. Every time. And my staff's like, get them fired up. I'm like, so we can get scored on? I thought our kids to start had a lot of slippage. We call it game slippage. I think they were excited about their first Power 5 competition. Had some uncharacteristic turnovers, just some missed execution things defensively. Calmed down after about that 8 to 10 minute stretch. And then, we were able to build a big lead. Second half, just kind of hung on. Probably should have been a little bit more impose your will that second half. But all in all, good game and proud of our guys.
You said this team is a work in progress. Is that what we saw tonight?
Oh, yeah, a major work in progress. A work in progress to the end of the season. But, it's whenever you take over something and you build it from kind of scratch, essentially, it's – a lot of people are excited, which I am too. You have to make sure that part of that excitement is there's a long game to it too, where it's like, hey, there's going to be ebbs and flows to all of this, and that's the really fun part of it. If everything is just good, the good doesn't seem as good because there's never any bad, if that makes any sense. Yeah. And so it is going to be hard, and being good is hard, and that's what makes it fun. But, if we don't have everybody invested in this thing, we can't get it to where we want to get it to, and I'd love to be able to do that.
You mentioned the slow start to the game. You were also able to get Xavier into some foul trouble. How important was that when later in the half when you started clicking a little bit that they were also in foul trouble, so you were able to get to the line a bit as well? Yeah,
I thought we attacked the paint pretty well. When we didn't pass the other team, I thought confused our color of jerseys for a little bit there, but I think we've got it straightened out now. But we attacked the paint well. We were able to punish some of their coverage stuff, and then I thought our game plan was really good offensively. I thought our game plan was good defensively. It just took us a little time to execute it.
Big rebounding edge. What were you guys able to do to get that?
I don't know. Box out and get the ball offensively. It's one of those things that we feel like that is a controllable thing in the Big Ten. If you don't rebound, you're not going to win any games. And so you have to make sure that you're getting 50-50 balls and getting after it. And I thought our kids, even late into that second half, Alvaro had some huge rebounds. Tavion, first half, had some big boards where he just went and got it. Those are big-time plays that you need to have happen.
Tavion looks like he loves rebounding. I mean, am I right in saying that?
Yeah, he's just a hungry, tough, kind of pit bull type kid. Like, that's just what he is. He's edgy on the floor. Off the floor, he's very tender-hearted. He's one of my kids' favorite people on the team, just because he's now one of them's on my team. Just because he's so tender-hearted to those kids and stuff like that. And like we probably he gave away most of his NIL stuff to charity. And it's just like he's just one of those kids that. But on the floor, yeah, he's hungry. He's a pit bull. That's what he is.
You don't hesitate to get on Bennett. He says he needs that. Every game he needs that and he likes that. Can you talk about that, just kind of the relationship you have with him?
Yeah, I think over time people get used to me because I'm half nuts, and so fully nuts if you ask my wife. But I coach with a lot of intensity, and it's not always like it's not telling people what like hey, you made that mistake, don't do that. It's really telling them what to do.
Okay.
And with him, I've coached him for 4 years, and if you're going to be a point guard for me, you're going to hear it because I get on. A lot of people get on, the 12th player on their bench, and I get on the player that's supposed to be the best player, and that's who I get after because I know if I can get him going, I can get the rest of them going. So everybody gets it like that, and that's just. But they'll come back at me. Like, they'll talk back. It doesn't bother me.
He looked like he laughed one time when you were yelling.
Probably under his breath or kind of rolled his eyes at me. Yeah. I know it doesn't – that's like heat of the moment conversation. Mm-hmm. It's hard to express that, but I do want their feedback if they feel like they're right. Okay. I don't want them to make excuses, but I want them to say, Coach, da-da-da-da. Oh, yeah, you might be right. Because sometimes I'm wrong, and we can't get to that place if you don't have a direct, like, conversation. If it's like, hey, everything's fine, that's not gonna work.
But when you talk about the build, are you able to take any satisfaction in like a night like this where there's a pretty good crowd, the outcome is what it is? Like, are you able to take a step back and appreciate maybe a step in the right direction in a night like this, or are you pretty much locked in just into the next?
Yeah, I certainly appreciate the crowd. So there's a heavy appreciation for the excitement that people have shown, myself, my family. We just talked about this the other day. We feel so welcome here. So there's an appreciation there. To sit back and appreciate what we've accomplished at this point, unfortunately, I don't really at all, to be honest. I think, I remember when I took over Northwest when I was 26, 27 years old, something like that. I remember them asking me, and I said, well, our objective is to try to finish first place at some point. And, that's ultimately what you're trying to do. And so there's a lot of things that go into being a first place program. And, part of it is the crowd, part of it is the enthusiasm there, and then part of it is just the way you play and being able to win games like this. So, yeah, we're building in the right direction, but unfortunately I don't. It's, probably why this profession's so difficult.
I'm almost sorry for asking this, but I've been asked this from a few readers,
Mm-hmm.
and want to know why you wear the shirt and tie.
I think I look really good in it. No. When I first started coaching, I would always wear shirt and tie, and I'd wear different colors. And I just thought it would look sharp, and, everybody else in every other profession has to dress up. Why shouldn't I? So then I got to where I didn't want to make another decision on game day. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to wear the school color, a white shirt, black pants, black shoes. Easy. The decision's already made. Then COVID hit, and everybody started to wear the comfortable stuff. I don't like to feel comfortable during a game. I like to feel really uncomfortable and uptight. And then I do think there's a level of professionalism. You get paid a lot of money to be in this profession. And I do think there's an old school professionalism to it. That's no knock on other people that wear the other stuff. That's fine.